We're headed to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's cool.
Okay, 497, first window, please.
Thank you. Weird way to say you're welcome.
He's headed this way right now to Sydney.
Right. There's a gate over there. You look to your left here. You'll see a bunch of trees. We now have people trailing our side, but we will continue the tour. I think of a term for all my viewers. What's designer clothes? Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Versace. What up, Versace? Did not think there would be stairs here.
Even though she said there's going to be stairs.
What up, Versace's? I'm gonna say that as a joke. I'll turn it into something maybe.
Yep, it was real funny the first time.
Hey, Versace's! Custom Italian, as expected. Custom Italian tissues. Custom Italian hairdryer. Custom nameplate. Biltmore, big house, big dreams. We're out here doing big things. Can't go in until tomorrow, but. Oh yeah, dining room. They're like, we're trying to, show everyone we have a better dining room. Something about a moose.
This room
portrait.
actually leads to another universe.
Oh!
Humpty Dumpty, I don't want that for Christmas.
They're on bathtubs,
Yeah.
That's neat. I mean, everyone has that, but bowling was a big thing. We couldn't play.
Bowling.
They had a pool. They said something about like they can't fill it up anymore because it drains too easily or something.
It's okay.
Pure ice, and this guy's somehow still alive. Cool house.
It's for like some kind of YouTube channel. Yeah. Oh my god!
Hey guys,
Hi, Jamie.
I'm going on a shopping trip to Mall of America in Minneapolis, and your mom said you could go with me. Do you want to go?
Wow, look at me. Is it evident I'm not from here? Wow. Wow, Mall of America. Whoa. It's kind of bland right now, actually.
Wow, Nickelodeon universe. It's that
That way. Thanks. How are they not hitting their head? Yeah, that looks mega fun. Oh. Oh. Okay. Are you telling me that this elevator goes to each floor, stops for a minute, and then goes again? Not to mention it smells like mustard in here.
The arrow just says down.
That arrow says up, look.
Yes, you're right, down. What does this girl think?
This thing's going up. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. I'm an idiot.
It's a chilly 33 degrees right now.
No problem. Actually walking on a lake right now. Environmentally friendly statue that you can ride.
This is cool. Alright, make him nod. Aw, yeah.
Alrighty, well we are now in Shelby, North Carolina. So we're gonna go check out some of the hot spots of the city. That is sick. I kind of feel like that dude from Into the Wild, except, it's dramatically different here. It used to belong, well, they would drive around like North Carolina to music festivals, and it would be like a backstage green room for bands. It's pretty sick. Hey, if you guys want to do that for Beyond This, I know it's says here you've retired the bus, but we would definitely enjoy that. You know, think about it.
Alright everybody, so welcome underground. We are officially in Wimble Caverns. We are also in Humpback Mountain. That is the mountain that houses the caverns here.
Taco meat. The pathway is extremely muddy, so I'm tripping every now and then.
According to 66% of women who took the survey. That's not a high percentage. I'm sure anything it could be that a big group will say.
Open up your hip. Shoom. Shoom. Shoom, and then change the direction.
Alright, we're gonna go see the Hank Williams Memorial. I thought this was a putting green. Alright, we can go traveling now. And this will be my my bed for a few weeks. Two parameters I put on this trip are you have to visit the capital of every state you're going to, and you have to visit the high point. There's this website called Atlas Obscura. You guys should check that out whenever you're going to travel, and it shows you stuff that's like off the beaten path. Not stuff you'll find on TripAdvisor, like real underground stuff, I guess you could say. So that's neat, because that's where they play football. And over here is where they play basketball. That's where the hockey people play. The Hurricanes play. Whoa, Hurricanes play there. No one's been down this road in 5 years. And there goes my antenna. I just pulled over to read more about Lake Lure and check it out. So it says there's a state of emergency here. What is that? What is this? That's the fence you're supposed to go up. I mean, like, the gate thing. I don't even think you can go whitewater rafting down that without dying. I think because it rained so much yesterday that they like closed it. And here in Andrews, North Carolina, just gonna spend some time with my granddad. Good talking point on how that this right here, it's gonna happen one day. Provide you with an incentive to do things that you've always wanted to do. And like for this, like traveling, doing all these vlogs over the past year and a half, 2 years, whatever. Traveling I want to do in the future, chasing, you know, certain goals, certain dreams. I think that right there is a good incentive to go after them and do them now instead of just saying, no, I'll maybe do it one day. This is a house made out of mugs. I'd like to know where this person got their mugs, if they're here, because this road is a good 5 minutes away from civilization. Oh look, get your own noose. Yeah, I'm guessing that's not Rogers over there. Yeah. Huh. Oh, and there's some poop. Wonder where the ponies are at. Cause I know there's supposed to be something in this park. We saw the poop. Now we just need to find the one who did the pooing. What's up? Alrighty. Unless there's anybody else on this rock with me right now, that would make me the person who is at the highest altitude in the state of Virginia, accompanied by a lot of wind. A severe amount of wind. An unprecedented amount of wind. Good morning. It's about 8:40ish right now. I've been up since 6:30 because this Walmart is very unhospitable, keeping the lights on all night. It's day 4 of this trip. I'm in a pretty desperate need for a shower, so we're gonna have to find one of those soon. 1865 history is out there. Well, I made it to Richmond, and that's as far as I'm gonna get because good old Edgar timed out and won't start. Good morning. It's almost 8 a.m. I'm gonna get some breakfast and then head back to the car and hope it's still there. Fun tip for all you aspiring morticians out there: the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery, because there is one. A graveyard is asphyxiated, that's definitely not the correct word, is fixtured, is adjacent, that's what I'm going to say. It's adjacent next to a church, while a cemetery, like this one, is out in the open, or if you're lucky, next to a cool river. You know, railroad. That might get a little noisy when you're trying to sleep. So we're here on Jamestown Island, and here they spell it with an E at the end, so it's James Towny. They close in about 16 minutes. So we're gonna make the best of what we see. Nice wooden bridge to go over. I feel safe. And you got the world's biggest party going on up there. They couldn't be bothered to make less noise. Hello. It's actually not raining. And it's supposed to be a 50% chance. I think I'm gonna head to the beach. Is there about to be a war here? Alright, we just got to Mount Trashmore Park. This place used to be a landfill, and it was converted into a park. And in warmer climates and warmer temperatures, it sometimes still smells of trash. Man, that was the best I've slept in a Walmart parking lot ever. I had that feeling of, like, you know, when you wake up and you want to go back to sleep? I had that feeling for the first time in like 6 days. Is that Delaware's version of a pier? What is that? Yeah. What is that? Here in Dover, Delaware, the capital of this fine first state. I mean, you got the public library. I mean, that's pretty neat, right? You guys like to read books? We made it to this benchmark, and this is where the highest point in Delaware is. So, yeah, a crushingly high 447.85 feet. That's where the Baltimore Ravens play. Or should I say, lose. Ha! Let's get a nice panoramic view. Am I going too fast? Is this good? You guys getting the right view? Hey. Guess we can go to Annapolis now. It's like 7 a.m. or something, I don't know. Looks like these guys are throwing up water. We are here at the Wheaton Station escalator. It is the longest escalator in the Western Hemisphere. They say it takes 3 minutes to go up. Trying to get like that van as a reference point. So normal height of the van. Yeah, this right here. Is that Jesus? The Mini XD Creek. Thank you. This looks like the place you'd come to take out some of that 1930s aggression because you don't have any money for food. It's right outside here. Yeah, right, where it says authorized vehicles only. That sounds nice. Yeah, great. It's Area 51 mess going on over here. That's where the highest point, the highest natural point in Washington, D.C. is. Pretty day here in Washington, D.C.
Right. Hey.
From the video I've seen with Marines, they say that the wall is intentionally unfinished because they realize that there's battles ahead of them that they're going to mark down to. One of the battles is going to be the focus on this camera. Good morning. It is 7:30. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Don't you want to date that? Good morning. It's 7 a.m. and I need to get going now because that right there, that's a tow truck. It's ready to go, and I'm not, so we're out of here. Imagine, it's 1840, the life expectancy is like 33, and you have to walk 2 miles through the woods to learn math. I was almost getting lost, but I found a way to a convenience store, and she gave me nice directions on how to get there, but it was written on that. Look how pretty the West Virginia mountains are. Really the Maryland mountains, we're still kind of in Maryland. No, we're in West Virginia, headed into Maryland. Check out these mountains. Someone plugged their Instagram. I'll do that for the band page probably. And Berkeley is just an awesome name. It's probably my third favorite name. First, of course, is Parker. It's gonna be the name of my first son. I just came back here to lay down. I was like, 'cause I was charging the camera battery, and I was like, oh, it's be 5 minutes. Woke up at like 2 a.m. I feel like I have to talk like Bob Ross when I'm walking through this area. Just gotta remain quiet, very peaceful, very relaxed, like the brush strokes on your canvas. I'm the only one here. Cool squad. I think I just took the weird way in because this road down the mountain is just, oh, it's so smooth. The other one was that is a monster of a bridge. Ooh, let's go under the bridge. Come on, guys. Intermittent vlog footage alert. Intermittent vlog footage alert.
If this thing locked me in and had a parachute, I'd
That is so loud. Cedar Point. I need you to see me the exit. You guys see how wet it gets down there? So it's whenever it rains like this, water leaks through the door or the sunroof or somewhere and gets on it. But I think it makes for a nice smell for the car, a good aroma. Toys Den. Place sounds like a strip club. I gotta do that Vine thing. Trail? Well, I sure hope it does. All along the watchtower. Some form of employment kept the view. Is that a snail? It smells like a collection of just all the runoff from past storms over the last month or two.
Welcome to Grandfather Mountain.
What's up?
Whether or not you've brought your own picnic basket, it's easy to enjoy the picnic areas on Grandfather Mountain.
About peanut butter.
Yana Lassie! Come through the top, Kim. Don't go down that side.
What? The one thing I'd really give my past self credit for was, I guess, to add some context to it, late 2014, 2015 time, junior, senior in high school, you know, big shot. I actually had a kind of a bad, not bad, it was crippling death anxiety. And I'm just like paralyzed by that stuff. I remember watching the Adam Hates Everything video on death and that intro and just like, ugh. It's very grimy, very, I don't know, it obviously cutthroat, kills you. I don't even know the good adjectives to use, but I remember watching it, I'm thinking, you know what, dude? I'm in college right now. I'm young. I'm having a good time. Let's go travel. Let's just go do stuff. Instead of just, you know, growing up and thinking, oh man, I didn't do anything in my life. No, let's make these the glory days. I guess it kind of was the vibe for it. Good morning. It's about 10 o'clock. Stopped to get some gas. This isn't really worth putting in a vlog. I just figured I'd tell you. Wailing Caverns in World of Warcraft. This is what this place is. Could really go for some hibachi steak right now. Where would I find it? In the forest. Yeah, I remember reading they were pretty big in computer science. I like the architecture of the buildings. Some postmodernist, Renaissance, modernist vibes there.
Nice recovery.
That is a pretty, somewhat sunrise, somewhat not. Dateable. Is this dirty to you? Good morning, viewers. It's almost 8 a.m. I got okay sleep last night. It rained a lot too.
That guy's name's Big John.
We're making chocolate the Hershey way.
Group photo time, everyone. Ready, say, Hershey!
It's cool, we got some friends tonight. We got a few RVs. So that'll be nice to spend the time with my new friends. Viewers beware. You're in for a very fun day of traveling.
Head southwest on State Street toward Buttonwood Street, then turn left onto North Front Street.
We're on our way to Philadelphia, but I stopped at Auntie Anne's in Lancaster. Where's the back? Auntie Anne's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Did you know that Pennsylvania is the world's leading manufacturer of pretzels? Let me check to make sure that's right. Written it down somewhere on the handy dandy list. The world's leader in manufacturing hard and soft varieties, and Auntie Anne's is the go-to one in this state. So the first thing I got was, it's a pepperoni pretzel. Pepperoni's on it, you know? It's like a pepperoni pizza with a little bit more butter in it than is necessary. Feels strange eating food that's different than Ritz or crackers, you know? Auntie Anne's. Not Auntie Anne's, like some of you might want to say. Auntie Anne's. It wouldn't make sense. It's not called Auntie Anne's. Hey, what's going on? I'm very tired. Probably the best thing about getting up this early is that I can go to Liberty Bell and Independent Talk and be like one of the first in line. here on Elfrith Alley. It's the oldest continuously inhabited residential area in the United States. The good thing I like about this area is there's no one on the street, so I can vlog to you and me and not look stupid. I'm sure you guys are fine with not going into the museum because your piece of art is this vlog, right? Right? Say yes. There's the beef stuff. Ah. Oh! Ha ha! Oh! Alright, cool. Now let's head to Atlantic City, where we'll be at the beach and in a hotel. There's a shower here. Those are weird. There's a bed here. Those are strange. I wonder where Caesars is. It'll be down there somewhere. It's nights like these and views like these, cities like these, make me really thankful I can do this stuff. At least if it's for a year, for 2 years, for 5 years, a career. I'm very thankful, and thankful for all you guys obviously for watching all of these. Found out yesterday that Monopoly is based off of Atlantic City, so it'd be nice to go see some of the street names. It's the first stop of the day. This is Atlantic Avenue in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Here's New York Avenue. I got a good angle of that. It's a bit off-road. Streets do need some updating. What's cooking good looking? You have a nice couple here that are trying to commit their love on a World War II fort. I don't know anything that's more precious. I don't feel at all comfortable standing in the middle of all this. Oh, the chicken, look at this guy. Check out what they say about their thing on Google. It's a combination of high-tech intimacy and modesty that together has created a venue perfectly suited to the university. It's a football stadium, Princeton. What's going on? We got a lot of fun stuff on the list today, so get excited for it. Woohoo! Hello. Have a great night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Good thing they can't bite me because I'm in a car. Hey guys, good morning. I only woke up twice last night. That's really nice. We are now on our way to see some fluorescent rocks at a mine in Oogity Boogity, New Jersey. I think you guys should go out and travel more. I think you guys should go out and see something you haven't seen before.
Hello? Can you hear us down there? Are you alright? We're coming for you. Stay calm.
How you doing?
Thank you.
Thank you. I asked how you're doing and she said, goodbye. Ah. Sorry. You eat everything inside, this is just decoration.
Right.
Cheers.
Put
What do
it
you
in
do?
the shell.
What do you mean?
You slurp it.
Do you really? Ew. Cheers.
Cheers.
That center though. That center's a bit unpredictable. It's like, wait a second, this thing just pooped. I don't think we said goodnight last night.
No, you didn't. She's still bitter about
bait.
it. No, you didn't.
It's gotten a lot older and it doesn't work anymore. It's like seafood chicken. Mom and I are going to surprise Megan with a birthday cake. It's slippery, so we have to hold it from this end. I went down to the car for 1 minute, and the candles are broken. Good morning, troops. How we feeling?
Good morning.
We're going to get breakfast now, so bye. It's the weirdest hours I've ever seen. Good morning, everybody. Hope your morning proves to be fruitful. Just made it into Rhode Island. About half a mile up is the highest point in the state. It's a blisteringly high, 800 some feet. This is the high point of Rhode Island. Morning, viewers. We forgot to say goodnight because everything died. You are hereby sentenced to being pressed to death where you stand. What up? That's a skull. It's hard to see. That white outline is a skull. I believe that is Boston. Some of the things on this list we're gonna hit when we come back in October with the family. We're doing like a mini northeast. We're doing a mini northeast trip then. So we'll be doing, you know, Boston, Niagara, High Point of Maine, Eggemoggin Reach, where Dan Fogelberg wrote a lot of lyrics and inspired the song The Reach. That's frightening. Shout out to Point Below Zero. This is where this looks a lot like their single passage. Now I'm waiting for the guys to come walking around from that side. Just passed the sign for the lake. Sharbadabadibida. Welcome to Lake Chevy Cheever Dumb Wrong. Well, Lake Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's been a lot of fun. Alright, so check this out. It's almost 8 a.m., which technically means I slept in a Walmart parking lot. Hello again. Things just wouldn't be the same. This may be a sewer. That brown stuff down there doesn't look like sand. Here in Bethel, New York, at a very iconic field. Wow. There's a peace sign in the middle of the field there. See how just... I can't even talk. This is too big. I don't know how to compartmentalize the size of this area. Man, after all this hiking, my legs are gonna be nice and toned. So ladies, if you want to go to Applebee's when I get back, get you some cheese sticks, hit me up. Morning. So 4 a.m. comes around, right? I'm sleeping soundly. Then I hear this sound. Like, uh-oh, that's not good. And it's a police officer with his buddy. He's just asking, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, traveling, you know, North Carolina, Maine. He was like, oh, okay, well, this Walmart doesn't allow overnight parking. But he was really cool about it. He just said, hey, you know, if they tell me to kick you out, I'm gonna have to kick you out. But until then, you're good to stay here till 7. I'm like, oh, thanks a lot, man. So that was really nice of him, but he interrupted my sleep, so that was also not very nice of him at all. Hello, Buffalo. Hello, car crash. Hello again, Buffalo. Hello. Alright. Oh, it's quite the amount of food. I did not realize that. You got your wings up there. You got your French fries. Original sauce, barbecue sauce. I thought there's only 6 wings with this. There's like 12. And the wings at the bottom, these things are a lot spicier than the ones that were on the top. Alright, just made it to the lodge area. I'm about a mile down. I'm gonna spend the night on the side of a road. Right here. Another guy's doing it way down there. Good morning. It is about 6:30 right now. Looking like a true mountaineer right now. A knife right here in case any bears come out, because that'll actually do something. Why don't they just tell you to pack a kayak too? We did it! Woo!
That is so cool. I can't wait to see all these vlogs, man. They're gonna be awesome.
I was like, oh, that was an OK snap. Did you hear that? Oh, there was again. Morning. Spilled on my pretzels. So now we're done with New York and we're gonna head on to Vermont now. It's the first city we're going to. Dorset. We're going to Dorset. Wonder what's with creepy minds and like shopping carts and baby carriages. There's always one there. Alright. Goodbye. It's always strange going through a cemetery with a vlogging camera. Hey guys! Man, I sure could use a place to file something right about now. Whoa! I'll just use this. Good morning.
We didn't do so well over there right away, so what we did is we made this test kitchen as a prototype, and then we gave Japan their own lab. It was a little bit bigger, a little more elbow room, and for a few years they were creating new flavors.
See the hair? All wet. Pretty hot, isn't it? Oh, this is a scuffed piano. Oh. Going in time with that thing. It's severely out of tune. It's the baby Vermontosaurus, I guess. Ah, Goo Lagoon. So pretty, so beautiful. Ah, nice family day at the beach. Then we can go have a picnic in the graveyard. How now, brown cow? Had a dream last night that H3H3 made me the third H. Their business school looks like a Motel 6.
So, interestingly enough, you folks are here on a pretty cool day. This is the 90th birthday of Franconia Notch State Park, the 80th anniversary of the tram as well, so kind of cool.
I'm very glad we didn't hike this mountain. That would have been way in over my head. 200-mile-per-hour winds recorded here. You gotta be kidding me. Boom, Edgar, you did it. Yay. to it. This thing scared me to death. I was like, "Thank you for waiting. Please return to the diner for seating."
Thank you for waiting. Please return to the house for seating.
Your destination is on the left.
Hello. It's almost 8 a.m. Slept in a bit. Seen the largest telephone in the world. Atlas Obscura said it was the last crank call because it's a crank style telephone. And Atlas Obscura with another funny one-liner saying that it was the world's largest telephone for the world's smallest telephone company. Good morning. It is very cold in this car. Morning. What's the phrase? You take the cake, you take the piece of cheese, you take the something, take the roast, the pot roast, take the cake. I think cake's right. You take the cake on this one. Sounds really stupid. Idioms suck. Wow, Taylor, this video is really good. Thanks. Gotta talk again in my Bob Ross voice. There's 3 ducks on the lake, like there are in life. Truth, wisdom, prosperity. But where's the 4th duck? He's right here. Which car is mine? Oh, there it is. Not gonna get views like that at a hotel. Oh, there's more of them, and they're more steep. Cool. A lot more handy if I could just see Spider-Man. Ready to jump? Here we go. Gotta find a rock. Yep, that's the one. Ugh. Oh. I have to pee really bad. Oh, there goes the head. This mountain would be perfect with a GoPro, but I do not have one of those. I have to go no. I don't know, man. These things look more like landmines than blueberries. This is a blueberry putt-putt course. Morning. I had a dream about zombies in high school last night. That was weird. Alright, here in Gloucester, Massachusetts. It's Castor for sure. It's stupid. Yep, Dylan Klebold's over there. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a train coming. Run, there's a train coming. Oh, messed that up. You know what? Don't be true. Be yourself. This sounds so cringy. Jesus.
I am so cold.
Wow, Megan, look at that view. Oi, mateys, come with me as we travel through the Amazon. Look, it's a rare species now. As is tradition, you put a rock on the high point to symbolize that you were here. So, in my defense, good morning. She slept for 12 hours.
Sure did, son.
I had to wear this hoodie because it's what I wore last time going into New York City. But now I just look like a guy who sells D&T.
Turn left onto Macom's Dam Bridge. Head southwest on Macom's Dam Bridge.
Okay, maps. Whiskers. Pepperoni. Jeez. Good morning for the second day of New York City. Gonna go to Central Park in Columbia today, and then head back in. Good morning. The mic broke yesterday. This is somebody's daily commute. Morning. All right, idiots, we're here at Ricketts Glen State Park. As you can see, we're as close as you can get without going over. This will forever be known as the 10,000 mile summer. Because that first leg, 1,500 miles. The second leg, 8,500 miles. 10,000 miles in a car. Countless nights in Walmart parking lots. How you doing, Mom?
Well, it's only been 2 blocks, so I'm doing really well right now.
You got the airport over here. What's the airport's name? Larry?
Logan. Larry.
Good morning, everyone. Happy anniversary to one half of the anniversary people.
Cannoli on the curb?
Yep, that's what it's known for.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Very thick. 2 C's. We're on our way to Copley Square, which is where Big Shot here would finish his Boston marathons back in the day. How many of them done? 10?
10.
10, and you qualified for Boston the last time at Boston?
You have to qualify every time, you're right.
But I mean, you qualified for the 10th year Boston at 9th year Boston. Correct. Morning. themselves known. It's their sign. It's them telling me to leave. Not good enough. You're bringing our 4.65 million GPA down to 4.64 million. Yeah. Beach. Oh, it's not, it's a tree. Oh. Henry D over here skipping rocks. Ooh. Katy is the only place I've ever been where you can realize the beauty of fall while being at the ocean.
This is absolutely beautiful. I didn't think things could be beautiful. And this doesn't really. Right there at it.
And this doesn't. Mm-hmm. Out at 4:30 p.m. They want some popovers.
Okay, look. We're on the side of a ledge. If it won't take, it won't take. Gotcha. You're a mountain climber from way back.
Miss Backpack Dora the Explorer. Hello. Very intimate.
Oh my gosh.
He's a great guy.
Great view. Somebody take a picture.
Morning vlog. We are leaving Maine now. Coming up on Horseshoe Falls now. This is the Canadian side of Niagara. It's very cool to see that another country is about 200 feet from where you are right now. I might just wear this the rest of the day. Yeah. Look how fashionable it is. Definitely. Tell me you wouldn't want to come up and talk to me if you saw me wearing this. I wouldn't want to come up and talk to me. Well, you're lost. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3.
Check, check.
1, 2.
Christmas 2008.
Check, check.
10.
Oh! Oh! I just cracked them off. Oh, I did.
Well, see, I paid the way for it. I was glad I paid the way. I can't stop.
Diet Coke's awesome.
Diet Cokes.
Thank you, Tiffany, Mom. Whoever.
So there was nothing in this one? Alright.
True.
Interesting present. I can tell my friends, hey guys, I got a can of vegetable soup for Christmas this year.
Was that you?
No, some random kid.
Work today.
Yes!
Thank you for watching a Christmas episode in what, March? What are we at? Probably March. That only means that the 2018 year in review is going to be out in like July of 2019.